They built a freeway on top of this guy's house. This is the residence of Huang of Jinxi, China, a town outside of Shanghai. And when the government wanted to build a freeway where his house stood, they offered him money to move, but he said no. So they offered him more money and then even more money. But eventually they got tired of negotiating and said, fine, have it your way, and erected this giant wall around his house and built the freeway anyway. Now, if Huang wants to get to and from his home, he has to go through a special tunnel they built in the overpass, kind of like they do for wildlife. But on the upside, now the house is on a cul-de-sac, so that's got to increase property value, right? And while Huang's unique pad has become something of a tourist spot for locals, apparently the construction noise and dust is so bad that Huang and his grandson, who he lives with, are forced to spend the entire day in town and only return home at night after the workmen have knocked off for the day. And that's without any traffic. One can only imagine how bad it's going to be when it opens to cars in April. And apparently this sort of thing happens in China all the time. They even have a name for it, Dingzihu, which means nail houses, because they resemble a nail stuck in a board of wood that refuses to be hammered down. Like, this one is in the middle of a busy street, and these apartment buildings, they knocked down all the other units and just left the one little flat standing, which makes me wonder, is it still an apartment, or are you allowed to call it a single-family home on Zillow now? And while Huang has been dubbed the strongest nail house owner in all of China by the local media, he admits that he kinda regrets being so stubborn and in hindsight wishes he had taken the government's offer. I guess the lesson here is when the Chinese government says it's my way or the highway, take them literally. Stay tuned.